What's up? What's up? What is up? It's another Friday, another opportunity to get together and record the Ball Hog Sports Talk, the place where sports, business, and entertainment collide. As you can see, two of the three from the crew are in the building. And today's episode is going by Summer Blues because as a sports enthusiast, as a meathead, somebody who just loves some sports all year round, somebody that turns on the television, goes right to the
There's
world.
many other reasons why you're a meathead, but
There are.
we'll just stop there.
You just couldn't resist.
I was supposed to be here. You brought me on the show to support you, right? To pick up where you drop things. So you dropped something, and I picked it up.
Right, you're right. There are several reasons why you could call me.
I didn't want people to think this is going to be an inclusive list and be waiting. People be like, "Damn, he's going to go into why he's a meathead." I'm like,
it's going to be all day. Not all day this time.
Yeah.
But today's reason for me mentioning that is because I'm the type of person that turns on the television and goes right to the worldwide leader of. I'm the type of person that anytime that there's some news, I'm going to click on the sports. Anytime there's a newspaper, I'm going right to the sports section. And this is the time of year that is painful, that we dread, that us meatheads, present company included, sports enthusiasts, us jocks, we dread this time of year. But we gonna make the most out of it because that's what we do. It's the Ball Hog Sports Talk, where sports, business, and entertainment collide. So if you have never been a part of the experience that is known as, I would just suggest that you fasten your seatbelt. I would suggest that you pour one of them large cups of coffee in it, and you might even splash something in it since it's a summer Friday. And I suggest that you prepare for the Ball Hog Sports Talk, where sports, business, and entertainment collide, because it's coming to you right now. Let's go. Wake up, wake up, wake up, and stay woke, because this is the Ball Hog Sports Talk with your boy, B. Brown, ESQ, a.k.a. the Ball Hog, a.k.a. the Mouth of the South. This is the place where sports, business, and entertainment collide. And we're going to give it to you rough, rugged, and raw, so come get you a spoonful, like some grits with butter and salt. You know how we do it in the South, y'all. Make sure you do not get caught in your feelings. Strap on your seatbelt and enjoy the ride. Come on, let's go. You know what it is. Once again, it's on. We on the microphone like we never left before. We got in the building. Yours truly, the man, the myth, the legend. Thou who shall be recognized and respected as intergalactically as the Big Flo Show. What up, Big Flo?
Nothing, man. Nothing. I think if this doesn't work out, I think just off name alone, I have a future in the WWE.
WWE? Only because I don't want to see you in no tighty whities. We're going to make sure that this works out. I don't want to see you in no tighty whities, dog.
I'm going to be that dude that comes out in a sweet sweatcedo, as my wife likes to call my sweatsuits, my sweatcedo. I'm going to come out. All of my fights are going to be impromptu, and I'm going to come in. They got to end quick. Let's just
got to end quick.
They got to end quick. So I can't act like I was prepared and like I thought this was going to happen. So I can just come flying in my little sweatcedo. Who put you in a quick headlock? Who put your DDT? Pin you and go back. That's
you out. I feel
listen, if y'all listening out there, I got some extra time now. Not a lot, but I have my nights
squeeze in some WWE
I'm almost an
matches.
empty nester. Yeah, I can squeeze you. Hey, look, man, call me. Your people call my people.
Your people call my. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. WWE is a lasting. It has lasted the test of time. It has endured several business cycles. So the WWE has endured a lot of scandal, and it's still here, and it still grows. So it might be something to this fake wrestling. I remember when I found out the wrestling was fake, man, I cried, but I digress.
Yeah, you could have got stolen in the 80s just to say fake wrestling. That could have got you slapped in your mouth.
You remember how that was really like people would fight over that? That was a topic. That's how you know how old you are. If you
are you kidding me?
Hey, fake Super Jimmy, Superfly Snooker, Junkyard Dog.
Hey, don't talk to me about Superfly Snooker. When he died, man, are you kidding me?
Yeah, man. Yeah, so that's when you know that wrestling was truly in the fabric of our lives. We would set our days around on Saturday around that wrestling, man. That's before it was WWE. When it was WWF, that's all I'm saying is before all of the intellectual property battles, it was still WWF. You know what I mean? And then they had NWA showing our age. If you are in the audience as our audience members, we always thank you for coming. We always ask you to like, comment, share, tag a friend, tag a friend, tag anybody that you know, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel and the podcast. But I asked you this morning also, who was your favorite wrestler? Because that's going to tell me a lot about your age. Who did you really like? Junkyard Dog, I think, is always going to go down as my favorite. Hulk Hogan was too Hollywood for me. I like sort of the underground wrestlers.
Just told this cat. Yeah, you know what? I was Superfly Jimmy Snuka. I like Jimmy Fly.
Yeah, the leopard print draws. He had the leopard print draws.
See, now you made it feel like impure. You made it seem funny now.
Did he not have leopard print draws? Did the man not have leopard print draws?
It just got weird. Why did you say that? That's not why I liked him. That's not had nothing to do with what I started to see. What are we doing?
I just put it out there. You like the man with the leopard print draws. That just happened to be what it was.
Man, Ozzy Ramsey, man. Welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you watching, man. He likes The Rock because you know why? Because I look. You smell what the Rock is cooking. Everybody tell me I look like a fat version of The Rock or LL Cool J. Which one do you think I look more like?
I would first of all, I wouldn't say a fat version. I would just say
you know, because when I say that, those dudes kind of rip. Now I sound like I'm trying to claim that I'm physiculous. I'm not. So
I would say more LL.
More LL. Yeah. My son got me as LL in his phone. So you know,
I ain't mad at
as
that.
As I lick my lips and let the females, you know what I'm saying, let y'all process that this morning. You know what I'm talking about?
If anybody is used to us being a lot more formatted and having things aligned across the sports business and entertainment a little more strategically, welcome to the Summer Fridays, man. Welcome to the Summer Blues. That's what this show is all about, is that throughout this summer as a sports fan, what's up, my man Papo? Throughout the summer as a sports fan, there are some painful times where you flick on the TV and it's like going into the refrigerator and there's still just nothing there. You know nothing's there. That's what summer feels like when it comes to sports. Now, I'm a WNBA fan, so we're going to get to the WNBA. But I realize that some of my less sophisticated sports fans that don't watch WNBA, you got to be in pain. You got to be tortured with turning on that TV and not finding a damn thing. So we are here for you. This is where sports business and entertainment collide. It's where a bunch of handsome businessmen get together and discuss sports in an entertainment, very entertaining fashion. That is the Ball Hawk Sports Talk. So welcome to the show. Summer Blues is the episode title. And normally we're nuanced and have several layers to it, but the Summer Blues is just that. It's the Summer Blues of sports. And so we're going to hop in because I think the highlight sport of the summer right now is NBA Summer League. It's not even a real sport. It's a real sport.
It's just like a thing. It's just a thing.
It doesn't even matter.
They got a version in Chicago we used to bring the kids to. Here you go to. It's just at a high school. And you know, you're a bunch of no names, some has-beens, and then a guy who about to be right, and it's hot.
About to be.
And I think it's free. I think it's
come on, my man Ozzy. I know Ozzy, you're a newer guest, man. Come on, man. WNBA. I'm gonna get you on that train. Give me till the end of the show. I'm gonna convince you why the WNBA.
He said nothing's in the fridge.
He said nothing's in the fridge.
Pretty. Ozzy's my man. Me and Ozzy went to high school together, man. Ozzy's one of these dudes. You know, he's done a great job transforming his body to be sexier in his older years. Now he's a photographer, so he could take a picture of it. He got limo service. Man, this is how Ozzy, man. He set it up, man.
What would Ozzy do? We all got
what would Ozzy do?
If you look in the mirror this morning and you don't see exactly what you want to see, I want you to just repeat after me. What would Ozzy do, baby?
If you look at your plate and you see too much of what you like to see, and you don't like what you saw in the mirror when you got dressed this morning, you think, what would Ozzy do?
See, you asking people to do too much now. Just start with
Ozzy would go for a bike ride. Ozzy would go for a bike ride. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Come on, Papo. He talking about WNBA is whack. Come on, we're gonna convince you by the end of the show. That is my goal. My goal in life is to convince those of us who are Neanderthals. Because I used to be a Neanderthal. I did. I used to see WNBA and think, I can't wait to turn the channel. I was one of you Neanderthals. I was. But when you're young, you do as young people do. But when you get older and wiser and your palate becomes a little more sophisticated, you know what I mean? I got a sophisticated palate now. And I'm going to tell you why the WNBA is the thing to watch. But not before we get into Summer League. Because Summer League is where most of you Neanderthals are spending your time trying to get your feel, trying to just get a shot of live sports. Right? That us Neanderthals, we just need our hit. We poop, you don't need new jack. I just need a little bit. I just need a little bit of some live sports.
I just need a quarterback. Just need to watch something.
So what are we going to for sports right now? Most people going to Summer League. It's called Summer League. We know that it doesn't count. We know that the best players don't play in it. We know that the young players that do play in it are just planning to get in shape and not really worrying about the stats. We know that on every team, they give you not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, but 10 fouls before you foul out. If that ain't the sign of some fake basketball. 10 fouls.
Fantastic. 10 fouls.
So the Brandon Miller, who's the number 2 pick, has a total of the first 2 games, 15 fouls. When I looked at that, I felt like mathematically, I've never been considered an Einstein, but I feel like that's impossible. How do you have 15 fouls in 2 games?
That's what I said when you told me this morning. 15 fouls, I thought you had made a mistake, and I know you have not 1, not 2, but 3 degrees. 2 of a higher, 1's Ivy League, 2 Notre Dame. I'm just saying. So you said 15 fouls, and I did. So how did you lose track? It's only 2 games. I know math can get tricky when you start going like 16 games. We got carried the stick.
I had to look into it.
But 2 games, 15 fouls.
15 fouls. But look, and that's the highlight of his first 2 games, the 15 fouls.
He's playing defense. That's the thing. These young boys get accused of not playing defense. Maybe he didn't move his feet. Maybe he was reaching, but he was playing D.
No. The only defense he has right now is the claim of self-defense, or he wasn't
claims. Defense's claims. All he got is claims. Self-defense. Okay.
He out there just straight up. Yes, Papo. He out there hocking dudes, man. 15 fouls in 2 games. I can't do this. 15 fouls in 2 games. But that's not the highlight of Brandon Miller. The Brandon Miller highlight is really that he gets to play Wemby. I'm going off on this whole nickname thing. Victor Wembanyama.
This is why we need E, not to miss.
He's the only one who can pronounce it. Victor Wembanyama, the 7'4", 7'5", depending on who you ask. Physical specimen.
7'3.5".
7'3.5", 7'8", whatever that is. That gentleman, the one that people have called an alien. I think that's what LeBron called him. The person that they said is the best prospect since LeBron. Some have said even better prospect than LeBron. The person who has been given
stop the cap here. Stop the cap. Huh?
I knew you couldn't even make it through the description. You like LeBron that much. Come on, man. I was just saying some say. I didn't say I say. Some say. Some say a bigger prospect than LeBron. Some say a man who's going to revolutionize the game.
Breezy, but go ahead.
Revolutionize the game. He's been dubbed with the revolutionary tag. He's going to revolutionize the game. He is Kevin Durant on steroids when it comes to being inexplicable size and athleticism, shooting ability, 7'3" and 7'8".
Not girth. 7 steroids.
No. Yeah. Okay. But I'm saying in terms of being able to extend the game, he's a guard in a very big man's body, just from a height perspective. That young man that they call Wemby now, it's going by Wemby, is finally gonna make his NBA Summer League debut tonight, 9 p.m., and he's playing against Brandon Miller. What do you think we should expect from Wemby? Is this all to do about nothing? And please don't take the LeBron bias out of this.
LeBron not in this conversation?
LeBron's not in this conversation.
He's out of Summer League, right?
He's not in the Summer League.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about LeBron.
Not in year 38. He's not.
First of all, I had to say this. The man's not tough.
He's not tough?
No.
Why not? Because he hasn't played yet?
Not because this dude had to get his security guard to smack Britney Spears just to get through the crowd. That's not a tough guy. What kind of Britney Spears grabbed him? She says it was more of a tap. He called it a grab. Now we know he's gonna flop when he gets
Britney
in the
Spears
NBA.
is suing him. I like the Britney's like,
suing him.
look, I need this bread.
Hey, look, once she got herself out of receivership with her dad, she started getting through that bread, and she hasn't made a song in a long time. Nobody cares what she looked like dancing around
What's
butt naked.
Britney Spears' hottest song would be what? Who can answer
Oops,
that?
I Did
Britney
It
Spears'
Again.
top song.
Oops, I'm just fresh off the concert, Drake concert last night, so you know I got songs on my
Big flex. That's how you gonna do us? Oh, he fresh off a Drake concert. Oh, yeah, you gonna big flex us? All right, so hold that thought because I want to hear about the Drake concert.
We're gonna talk about that.
Finish Victor, and then we.
So, Oops, I Did It Again. Got slapped backhanded. She said they backhanded her, knocked her glasses off, embarrassed her in the casino because she tried to throw her drawers on the stage when Victor went by. He's not interested. But anybody who needs to have a security, first of all, what would need security for?
I mean, he is 7'13".
He haven't even signed the contract yet.
But we all know it's imminent that he's about to get paid more than anything. And at 7'13", 100.
Who's going to protect you on the court?
Everybody knows it's him. He probably needs security more than anybody.
Is going to protect him on the court.
No one's going to protect him on the court. But
I'm already not interested. You
think he's being a diva? At 7'13",
I just don't think he's going to be that good. I think he's going to be Thon Maker, who we just found out is playing in Australia. I think he's going to be Maker, who's some Maker stick. He's going to be somebody who's just too skinny. He gets going to get punched in his chest. They're going to bully him in the first. And he's I don't know.
You can't teach height, man. 7'13".
I'm not going to mention this dude from Akron, but he's not him.
A dude from Akron. You know, I'll take that.
There's a couple hoopers have been out of Akron. I mean, somebody had to Google it.
Yeah, somebody. Like who's
anybody who doesn't know that Akron is right by Cleveland, they're gonna be like, "What, Akron?" You know,
we'll see what Wemby does. Wemby, I want to know from the Ball Hawk Sports Talk audience because I think that depending on who you ask, he has been like literally crowned as the best ever, at least as a prospect. So depending on how you ask, and when you are given that crown, that's a polarizing feat in order to accomplish. That's a polarizing title to have on your name. And so it's polarizing such that because for just as many people who would agree with you and say this is set up for a big failure, this is going to be one of the biggest busts of all time because he's so slight of weight. He's an injury waiting to happen. For just as many people that think that way, right? You've got an entire different camp, Big Flo, that say at 7'13", with guard skills, the ball looks like a freaking tennis ball in his hands, yet he can still shoot it. Something that a lot of big men weren't able to overcome is the ratio of the size of the basketball and the size of their hand. He somehow figured out to create giving himself a shooter's touch despite that ratio. Some people say it's 100% shoe-in, guaranteed. This guy's going to be not only a great player in his first year, but barring an injury and trying to, get over that, no one can control that. An injury can happen walking down the street, like Britney Spears in Vegas, right? Barring a serious injury, it's guaranteed this guy is going to have a Hall of Fame caliber career. And so I guess the middle ground is where we will fall because those are two very extremes. A bust waiting to happen or a shoe-in Hall of Famer, right? Tonight we get to see our first glimpse.
Talk to me after he takes his first charge from the Joker.
Why would he take a charge? He can block a shot. He's 7'13", man. Why would you take a charge? At 7'13", you don't take charges. You do. Especially at 108 pounds, 7'13".
It's business decisions had to be made sometimes, and that might not be the proper business decision. But that's what I'm saying. How you gonna go through the whole NBA? It can only be so many Hardens in the NBA.
I had to at least show while we're here this. I don't know what it is, but in Vegas, this is what it looks like.
That's a basketball.
It is a basketball, but they turned this fake basketball. This is on the Strip of Vegas. When you drive down the Strip right now, this huge monstrosity of whatever it is what you see.
It's a hologram, man, right? Oh, it moves. Look at that. Can you ride it? How much it costs to go inside it?
I don't know. But that's just total Vegas. Look at the Strip to the right. Total Vegas.
Is that new thing that they're building? off to the side?
I have no idea. I have not been fortunate enough to make it out to Summer League, but it just is amazing to me that this is the highlight. Look at that big blue basketball, y'all. As fake as can
And
be.
with all the hip hop that they got, this is the only music they can play.
This is the highlight of our summer sports experience, gentlemen and ladies. Anybody and everybody.
It's been a good show, guys. Talk to you next week.
That's the highlight. Right? That's how you know this is going to be called the Summer Blues episode, because we're trying to figure out what to discuss in the summer. Britney Spears is going to sue Wemby and Camp because she said that the security guard got a little too physical. Britney, as Big Flo Show started to introduce, Britney Spears, yes, that Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again. And I still haven't heard from our audience. What is the most famous, the most catchy, the biggest Britney Spears songs?
I'm not the innocent.
I like the other one. Nah, the dance one. No, she's got a real good dance song.
Show us how to dance. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Do the dance. So do the dance.
I do have a routine to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Florida dude, man. We dance. Yes, I got it.
We're gonna lose. Hey, we're gonna lose clicks now.
We should. If I started that dance, we should. That's why I'm not gonna do it. Point being is that Britney Spears, who has been on the back pages of most sports stories, is now on the front page because of her connection to Wemby. He's got that level of electricity. He's got that level of fandom that a multi-platinum selling, I guess she was platinum at one point, A-list celebrity is trying to touch the cloth and just be close to Wemby. So much so that the security guard does not look back into the audience, slaps and knocks her glasses off her face. But that's the kind of fandom and stardom that
you get 10 fouls in summer league. She don't know nothing.
My man Papo says the one produced by Pharrell. That's when you know your music career is off to a desperate place, when we gotta say like that. But you know what it is, man. What up, Coach? Good to see you, Coach. And I like to mention the excessive celebration there. But we are excessively celebrating Wemby. Tonight, we get to see whether or not it is excessive or indeed he's the goods. I know I'll be tuned in at 9 o'clock. I think Big Flo Show, just because he doesn't want anyone ever in the realm of basketball to eclipse the LeBron story. You hating on my bro Wemby. You hating on my boy Wemby because you don't want nobody ever to talk about anything other than LeBron. But I think tonight is the beginning of something amazing. 7'4"-ish. Stretch, center, guard, forward, whatever you want. Defensive presence, shot blocker. I think this is a can't miss. Wemby's going to be a superstar in this league, and we'll get to see it tonight. The other superstar that I wanted to talk about today, because there is no question, there is no debate as to this gentleman, whether or not he's a superstar, is Dame Time. And we all know that Dame Time is known not only for his big shots, not only for taking over games and scoring at will, not only for coming from a school like Weber State and going on to do amazing things in the NBA, but also for his rap skills. Dame Time is taking his skills. And when I say skills, I mean what he does, the prowess on the court, but also mean dropping hot 16s. He is trying to take those hot 16, but take his skills to the MIA. I can see it now. Him and Rick Ross doing a verse together. Dame has made it clear that he wants to trade. Dame was the person that was, you thought, the last one standing on the Titanic when it came to NBA greats, staying with the team that drafted them, working through small market business limits, and not trying to build a super team, some new fashion way, LeBron, but staying true to the roots of the 80s and 90s. And it was a two-man show.
Wasn't no free agency back then.
It was Dame and it was the Greek Freak. The Greek Freak is now the only one on that Titanic because Dame has not only requested but demanded a trade, and he has made it very explicit that he has one team in his sights. As a Miami Heat fan, let me just say, whatever you're going to say negative about Dame from this point forward, I'm not listening to you. I got my hands in my ears. Nang, boo-boo. We getting Dame. Dame Lillard to Miami. We just got to figure out how to make it happen. Miami has started.
They're going to trade Jimmy Butler for him.
Say again.
They're going to trade Jimmy Butler for him.
If they do that, that's the only thing I think will upset me. Like we couldn't do it with Jimmy. Do you think Dame Lillard is being hypocritical? I know Paul George pointed out PG-13 had a lot to say about Dame, who had a lot to say about others, including PG-13, running to these fabricated, star-studded teams. And now Dame himself has come to the realization that Miami, the water is a little bit warmer than Portland.
It is just a hair warmer in Miami than Portland. No, I don't have a problem with Dame's doing, man. Listen, Dame publicly came out and said, I'm staying. This is my squad. This is my city. I want to do it. I want to do it in Portland. And I just feel like Portland, you know, when you get a star that's giving you that much.
You said where? What city did you say? What's the city? Portland? What you called it?
Did I mess it up?
Portland? No, you're right.
Portland.
Yeah. But when you say the city, Portland, it just in itself,
the town of the village of Portland. I was like, damn, did I mess it up? I was like, I think he played for the Trailblazers. Yeah, the village of Portland. He's trying to show, you know, some loyalty. And I think this is the problem that we have a lot of times in America. Is if you show me loyalty and I take it and say, man, you show me loyalty, I got to show you loyalty. The other choice people have is, man, I got him. He loyal to me. He not going nowhere. That's a lot of divorces started off that way. You know what I'm saying?
People, I was afraid you were going there.
Somebody's going to show loyalty to you know what I'm saying, to one and show you the day down. They cut for you, but you don't cut back. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the situation that we're in here. I think that we're in a situation where he showed loyalty to Portland, but what have you done? What major moves? Have you ever talked about major trade moves at Portland?
And we talked about it in the draft. They kind of like sort of gave him one of these.
He told him, he was very clear. Trade Scoot and go get you somebody.
He was very clear that he did not want to bring in some young players and hope for the best. He's at the point in his career, age-wise, he's at the point in his career in terms of needing to win now. He's at the point of get paid and then go figure out how to get a ring, that he didn't want to do it that way. He said it. And yet, what did Portland do with that number 2 pick? They sat on it. He'd
rather have Scoot.
They went and got Scoot.
You
so now Dame is ready to scoot on.
He's ready to scoot. You got my joke. You beat me too much.
Yeah, my bad.
He ready to scoot. You knew I was coming with that. He wanted to scoot now that y'all got Scoot. So now the funny part is if he stays and him and Scoot got to play together. Scoot will get over that shit though. He don't care.
Oh, it's Scoot still being a rookie contract. So he got no choice but to get over it.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just be quiet and shoot the ball. I tell you too. I think Dame. Look, and I'm trying to take off. I don't want to be the homer here when it comes to being a Miami Heat fan and be biased. So I'm going to try to be objective, but it's tough because hearing that we might get a scorer like Dame Lillard, right? Dame time not only is a scorer, but you haven't heard any real issues about him off the court, right? He seems to be a pillar of the communities that he Portland being the one community, but you also don't hear about Dame. You ain't got to worry about him being like Lou Will. He ain't gonna just be up in the strip clubs doing it like that. Like as far as I know, you haven't heard any. Maybe they don't have strip clubs in Portland, so that maybe it's not. I'm not comparing apples to apples, maybe. But you don't hear about Dame being a problem in the locker room. You don't hear about Dame questioning and challenging coaches' authority. Dame seems to be the type of superstar that you want.
You want.
Yeah. So
and
Portland,
he got bars.
Bars. That's the other part. So him and my man Rick Ross gonna do their thing. So come on, Dame time. I come on down to Miami.
I would like to be against you, but I don't mind if LeBron beats the Heat again for the championship. That you know what I'm saying?
Look, hey, Lakers did get better. They signed.
The Lakers got better. I like how Lakers did it.
They went and got Vincent. The Lakers got on On paper, now this is a statement that I feel like I've said before. On paper, the Lakers look unbeatable. Facts. I don't know that when you look on paper, I don't know how anyone.
God, I want it. You know how much I want to just jump on that bandwagon and start hitting the horse and say, "Let's go." They still didn't get nobody who can stop that Joker. They got it 4 times in a row. It's tough. I don't know.
But they have a lot of depth, and
maybe if we could just stop your man's not Joker, but
Murray, Jamal Murray. Anybody named Jamal, let me just say this. Anybody named Jamal, you're not stopping on the basketball court. Every Jamal I've ever played has been good at basketball. I'm just going to say that. Jamal Murray. Everybody, man. I mean, I knew Jamal Johnson back in 3rd grade. The boy had a crossover before crossover was one thing. You know, so yeah. So here's the thing I would say to you. The Lakers look great on paper. LeBron has to win now. Because that next year, for all intents and purposes, it'll be more about playing on the same team as Bronny. And so we shall see. But when it comes to the biggest, it didn't happen yet, potential trade that should happen, that might happen, that we hope happen, that praying happen, that Dame Lillard says is going to happen, that the Miami Heat is trying to make happen. The biggest almost trade in this offseason, let me be clear, is Dame time to Miami, baby. Then it changes the whole landscape of the Eastern Conference. It puts Miami in a secure position to be on a path towards the Eastern Conference championship with 2 certified, not only scorers, but defenders and straight up dogs when it comes to competition.
I just think your boy Jimmy, man, he started playing with another star. He started acting funny, man. Things that he couldn't play with your boy D Rose in Chicago. That got to be a big thing. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not an anti-Miami Heat. I'm not going to, it would be easy just to pick that thing. I'm not against Miami Heat. I like Jimmy Buckets. I like how it worked out. There was a trade where they wanted to trade all the dudes. They were going to say Tyler Hero, some dude, a white dude that has a black dude's name, Brandon something.
From Miami?
From Miami.
No, we had Max Strus.
No.
Max Strus, but he's gone already. Max
that's not the trade then. For one dude's name whose name was one letter off the Jokers. They shared the entire first.
Oh, got it. Yeah. I know you're talking about
him.
Yeah.
And then another dude, Brandon or something, or Grant, whatever his name is. All them. I didn't see what the Bulls were getting. I'm not a big Tyler Hero guy. He's all right. I'm not. I don't give up Levine.
He had when they were in the bubble.
Zach Levine,
he had quite a run. But I'm saying, Tyler Hero. My point is in the bubble.
See, no, I'm not never. Don't you ever bring the bubble up positively the way that you put that asterisk on my bubble up. I will walk off this show if you try to sit there and talk about what he did in the bubble. Hell no.
The asterisk in the bubble.
Asterisk on that.
I know, but the asterisk in the bubble, I feel, was erased this year when you saw the same 4 teams essentially progress. You had Miami but it took time. We needed the benefit of time to see whether or not the bubble. I'm just no. You ain't going.
Hell no. You just tried to use the bubble as Exhibit A, and you would be hating on that bubble championship.
I put the asterisk in pencil. That's all I'm saying.
Pencil. We'll get you. I think I got an eraser for you, man. Let me see if we can't just rub that out of there. We can't do it. We're just gonna get that up out. But no, I got you. I wasn't interested. Zach Levine leaving the Bulls for Tyler Hero, some dude whose name almost sounds like the Jokers. And
Joe Vitch.
Yeah, I was excited. I saw that. I was like, wait, what?
And for the record, while the NBA was becoming more and more global, let me just say, everybody from Eastern Europe, I'm from South Florida, and I'm not going to be able to get all of them syllables. I'm not.
It sounds so similar.
I can't do it. So I'll spell it Jovic, him.
If it ends in ICH, something like that, or whatever, it's man, you good.
I know my weaknesses, and I'm rocking with it. I know my weaknesses. So,
because what's the tennis player? Ain't his name the same?
No, don't do that. That's not. No, we are gonna get to Wimbledon, but
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get
the chance of either one of us being able to pronounce his name correctly is 0. So,
all sound like. I might be stepping on the wrong toe.
All right, let's get into some more. Well. So let's get into the actual the money bag, because there's a lot of people paid. So let's at least talk about the money that was shared. In some cases earned, right? I don't know if all cases earned, right? But there's some money that was made over the last several weeks. And when I say it was made, I'm talking about big money, right? You got the big stories to me are the $200 million club. You got Anthony Edwards, agreed to a 5-year, 260 max contract extension with the T-Wolves. No one was shocked by that. Tyrese Halliburton, 5-year, 260 supermax with the Pacers. Young, great player, great scorer. No one was shocked by that. You got LaMelo Ball, agreed to 5-year extension, 260 max deal with Charlotte. No one was shocked by that. He earned it. The injury maybe thought they would kick the can down the road a little bit, but young, budding point guard star, you signed him for that. And I think that's probably MJ's last deal with Charlotte before he goes off into the sunset, plays a whole bunch of golf, smokes a lot of cigars, and does whatever he does. Drinks tequila. But then a few of them got a little shocking to me in the $200 million club. Mm-hmm. I like Sabonis. I do. Sacramento Kings. But he got a 5-year extension worth $217 million. I didn't like him that much. I want $217 million. He, to me, was more famous before this deal for being related to the other Sabonis. He was not a max contract guy to me. When I looked at the Kings and I looked at how they ran, he was a very, very good player. But when you're talking $200 million, we shouldn't be talking about good play. We're talking about greatness at $200 million. That's just me. And then it got more shocking.
Considering I saw this, Michael Jordan's lifetime money, lifetime. What you think he made? Life of his contract,
lifetime.
All of his. This is just NBA money.
From contract. Well, he took a lot less money because he had that team.
What was his lifetime money?
Lifetime. Let's I'm gonna just say $200 million. $200 million even.
$96 million. So when you start seeing all these people, Michael Jordan, greatest of all time besides LeBron, they came out, and so he
had every bit of 15, 16-year career. He only made $96 million.
$96 million. And all these people, you're like, who? You got LaMelo. Jordan just paid him. Trying to pay him $260 million. Jordan, out your money. You only made 96. Give me all the money you made.
All that bread.
While you became the second greatest player all time. Right. And then give me all that money.
Well, I saved the best for last when it came to the most shocking $200 million man to me was Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain, little T-Rex with the short arms, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. No, anybody that knows Desmond Bain, that's them fighting words. Like, he see me,
got them little arms. I got kind of short arms too. So
that was wrong.
We're not a protected class. That's fine.
You're not a protected class. Okay. Well, then I can call him. Little short arm Desmond Bain got 5 years, $207 million. But
he the only one that didn't get 260 out of that class. And I think it's because his arm's short. You think that's it? You think they told him short? Yeah, wingspan. Because it was like 4 of the dudes they showed. Everybody got 260. Melo got 260. Your boy, what's his name? Dude look like he take your lunch money.
Halliburton got 260.
The dark skinned dude.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I get it right, but actually I sent it to y'all. I'm gonna tell you who. I hate when I don't have my stories right.
No, but, you're good. You're good.
But at the end of the day, the only one that didn't get the money was a short arm dude.
I couldn't believe they gave Desmond Bain 200 anything. So yeah, he got shorted compared to the other guys in $200 million.
How hard that was not to say shorted. See how that is.
I like that. They shorted my man with the short arms. There's one of the other ones in the $100 million club. Jeremy Grant, shout out to him who played for Syracuse. His brother played for Notre Dame, and he, I don't remember his name, Jaron Grant, whatever his name. The brother played for Notre Dame, but Jeremy Grant was a second-round draft pick. Had at least 1 year on the fringes, G League, and maybe even out of the league. And he has played his way into being a superstar. $160 million with Portland. Fred Van Vliet, another guy who was a fringe
I like Fred Fleet. You
I
don't
like
Fred?
Fred.
I like
I do
Fred
like
Van
him.
Fleet.
But these guys on the $100 million list, the first two that I mentioned, Jeremy Grant and Fred Van Vliet, those are you celebrate that because these are guys that weren't marquee players. They weren't drafted very high. They were fringe guys that were role players that figured out how to expand their role the right way with different teams when it comes to Jeremy Grant, the same team when it comes to Fred Van Vliet. But to see these guys upwards of $100 million contracts is beautiful. And it's the reason why today my son and I are going to go shoot some baskets and dribble. They're giving out $100 million like it's $100 bill. Kyrie Irving got 3 years, $126 million, $126 million, despite the fact that he is dysfunctional and toxic in the locker room. That ain't gonna stop him from getting $126 million over 3 years. Ain't no mathematician, but that's $40 million a year, right? Cam Johnson got $108 million with the Nets. Cam Johnson looked promising. $100 million worth.
What about my man over here, the dude that ran on his mouth in the playoffs and got banned? I never heard a team publicly say, "Under no circumstances are we going to bring you back."
Who you talking about?
Dude, who LeBron had to put all that money in on the board. He was talking shit to LeBron. He talked shit to. He got an argument.
You talking about Brooks? Dylan Brooks.
He got $20 million a year.
Yeah.
I can hoop a little bit, man. I mean, like I can hoop a little bit, man. Give me a couple $100,000, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll walk away from all this. I'll walk away from all this.
I walk away from all this.
I'll take off the man. Which is, you know what I mean? Like
Chris Middleton, $102 million. Kyle Kuzma, who wore a
Chris
6X
Chris Middleton deserved it.
Chris Middleton deserved it. But he hasn't played a lot. Has he deserved it in terms of promise, potential?
Banks got 80.
He performs when he plays, but Chris Middleton hasn't played a lot in the last
Middleton's a baller, man.
Kyle Kuzma, $102 million. After wearing an 8X sweater and being the butt of most jokes when it comes to fashion, he got the last laugh. $102 million over 4 years. Draymond Green, he was 137 years old.
Come on, man. You can't get mad at Draymond. Pay Draymond 3 championships in the city. You got to pay that, man. He's part of the whole thing.
Man, but you don't pay for past performances, man. You pay for going forward, what you expect. Man. What does Draymond Green have
got more bread?
4 years, $100 million. He getting 25 a year to be 137.
We just told you that the man Banks, whatever his name is, got 80 million. He's not worth more. Draymond not worth more than that.
He's older though. All I'm saying is
but
right now.
Oh boy, did nothing but get right out the gym.
Man, I don't know. I'm not paying Draymond Green $25 million a year right now. But Golden State has a recipe that I won't question.
When you tying your own people, it doesn't hurt you as bad, right? Money's not the option.
In terms of cap, I don't know. I don't know.
It wasn't a max deal.
So, yeah, it was not a max deal.
How about Westbrook took $8 million? Said, "I'll take. All right, look, just pay me."
So all right. So let's
whatever change you get out of the seats in the stadium, just go and give me that.
So if you had to make that decision,
yeah,
right, because that is the example of two very different decisions. We started off this segment pretty much talking about Dame Lillard forcing his hand to get where he wants to get and play for Miami, and he's gonna get a big old bag when he gets there. Versus Russell Westbrook, shoe-in, first ballot, Hall of Famer, fighting to get his ring. In order to do so, he had to take a pay cut. The largest pay cut in the history of NBA. He went from $48 million a year to $8 million a year. The largest 1 year pay cut. That's the largest haircut anyone has ever taken. Now, people have described Russell Westbrook as a lot of things. Some have been positive, but there's been a lot of negativity around describing Russell Westbrook's ability to help a team win.
Mm-hmm.
His ability to overcome his own strong personality and get a team to the mountaintop. I don't know. Well, just mathematically, empirical data says no one has made as big of a sacrifice as he has just made. And then when you see him on the court, you see that he's a triple-double magnet because he doesn't care about selfish stats, right? And we're celebrating Dame Lillard. I am, especially because he's going to Miami, and almost ignoring what Russell Westbrook just did. Is it just the society we in now? It's 2023.
I think everybody's going to look at what Russell Westbrook, and they're not going to look at it as a sacrifice. They're going to say, kind of what I said this morning. Damn, they only got him for 8. You had to remind me that he did that. He took that. Like
he took 8. He was a part. He could have gone somewhere else and got paid.
But when you said that, like, and I consider myself to be, obviously better than the casual fan. You know what I mean? As far as at least I have an idea. We talk about this on a weekly basis. But it took a second. It took for you to slap that into my head and be like, he took the 8. I'm like, yeah, that's a different way to look at it. I think people are looking at him not as a sacrifice, I'd say, damn, this dude had to sign for 8. I think that's how most people
skills-wise. They're saying that
because everybody, his reputation has got so trash over the last few years. That's why he probably throws eggs at LeBron's house when he's over there. You would have just left me somewhere else. At least I could be where did Harden end up somewhere?
I think Harden is going. I don't think that's done yet.
Because I feel like Harden
did Harden end up in Houston? Harden is, I think, reportedly going somewhere else. I don't know if
he's
that's
trash.
done.
Harden is trash to me. I'll take Westbrook.
Trash.
He's trash. I'll take Westbrook. Westbrook is a tryhard. Harden is not even a tryhard. I don't like Harden. I'm not.
The thing that Harden does do well is at least protect the ball. He's a real guard that protects the ball. Westbrook has gotten
kinda.
I'm supposed to be bigging up Westbrook, so you're making me turn the corner here. I like that this man made this sacrifice. The largest financial sacrifice on record, going from 1 year over year, that has ever been made in the NBA.
Well,
and most times you don't get
you
to
can
make
do a pro
that
bono case, make yourself look better anyway. Next case bigger because you're a pro bono case. I think Westbrook is right now. His feelings hurt. They're gonna call his kids out his name. They can't go to school. They're supposed to be getting jocked at school with security. Now they're getting security because people teased him, calling him Westbrook. He's all sad. He's just trying to save his name. So I ain't got no problem with what he's doing. And he still got $8 million. Let's not act like $8 million can't get you a couple, 2, 3 things at the grocery store.
But we know an $8 million salary in 1 year.
Yeah.
After you just had a $48 million salary the year before. Put you in a position where if you had a $48 million salary type lifestyle, you got to change a few things, right? Because that's enough that you got to change a few things. Now, granted, he's been in the league a long time. Hopefully, he got a whole bunch of money. He ain't worried about the annual salary. This is play money now.
I don't believe you, so I'm gonna say, scientifically speaking, let's figure out a way to try it out. I'm gonna try to see if you can give me $48 million this year and then 8 next year. I want you to tell me. Like you can't eat out. Tell your wife we can't really, we got to cook.
Right, I feel you. Yeah, you're right. But I do like the sacrifice he made. I'm rooting for Russell Westbrook because I think that's the only thing that's going to stop this onslaught of players doing things that like yes, I want Dame Lillard in Miami. Yes, I think we'll win. Yes, I'm gonna be the first person to be like Dame time. I'm gonna be fanboy all the way.
Yeah.
But the more that we co-sign those decisions, a superstar forcing his way out, leaving a town or a village, or what do we land on for Portland? Are we calling it a city?
No, we didn't. Portland. We said it's a village.
It's a village.
Township.
But those people were good to him, right?
Yeah.
They were good to him. And yet he's forcing his way out, demanding a trade, very vocally, very I don't say violently, but there's clear tension there between him and that's
how that pressure puts you though. Because I mean, Kobe did that to the Lakers a couple times. Right? I'm gonna get up out of here, whatever. I need y'all because I need more out of you. I need more out of you as a program. I'm ready to have a divorce. I'm filing, but they gonna get. I think Portland. It's not too late. I don't know. It's a lot of everybody signed up. They figure something out.
Portland's done. Portland and Dame timed it up so perfectly for himself, so imperfectly for Portland. Not only are they done, they're gonna lose their superstar. They're gonna lose almost every game that they play this year. Scoot Henderson is gonna be put in the limelight way too soon. It's a recipe for disaster. And so, but the more that we
Sounds pretty
Except
bleak.
that.
Sounds pretty bleak when you put it like that.
Yeah,
But
it's going back to village status. They would
there's
be
a reason why they had the pick number 3
Yeah.
pick. They're gonna have
and it's going to get worse, a lot worse before it gets better. But the more that we accept that and sort of shun or ignore the sacrifice of a guy like a sacrifice of Freudian slip, a sacrifice of a guy like Russell Westbrook, then I think it just continues to build, and we are the ones that are creating this monster. So I'll leave it there. We'll see. Let's go Dame time. Before we hop into the last few topics, man, I got to get to this because we've talked, and I'm going to get to the WNBA. I'm going to convince everybody why this is your time of year, why you should be tuning into WNBA. I'm going to tell you here in a second. But before we do, we got to at least address the fact that ESPN fired everybody. Everybody. How you get fired on your day off?
We need to pick some of that talent up for the Ball Hawk Sports Talk.
Look, that's what I was going to say. Jalen.
Talent out there.
Max. Keyshawn. There's a lot, man. There's some talent that got that pink slip on their day off.
Talent that seemed like weird. Like what's the boy, the defensive lineman, the dude dark hair from SEC school? He only did the games. He was really good too. What's his name? I hate that.
What you talking about?
You talking about the dude Pollock?
Oh, Pollock, David Pollock.
He was good.
He has started to get a little controversial though.
How much could he have been getting paid?
I don't know how much he was getting paid. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I thought he was good. He was good for TV. I don't know. And it's like he don't even work that much. He got fired on his day off.
Stephen A. Responded and said more is coming. Stephen A. might be an executive now. That sounds like Stephen A. was part of the conversation.
You know what?
Broad.
It must be all the people that crossed him.
Yeah, Stephen A. Like
some of y'all ain't. Hey, look. Yeah. Some of y'all better not put the down payment on the house.
Stephen A. say Mo is coming. If you think I'm lying, I'm gonna show you. But it's very interesting that as we experience a little bit of difficulty, it's very interesting to see that there was that level of firing. And all of us in our respective industries have probably at some point or another encountered a layoff, encountered what do they call it? We are a reconstruction. Reorganization.
That's how they try to
encountered. But that's just a part of what we do. But it's not as public as these people's firings. I think most people are gonna land on their feet and do just well. But there's some older personalities, TV personalities that might never surface again on television. So look, we normally do a moment of silence when there's a death amongst the celebrities, amongst the sports business entertainment communities. Let's do a very brief but meaningful moment of silence, man. A lot of people's careers ended with their decisions there.
Did they receive your application? Because I put mine through.
That's why I'm doing a moment of silence. I want them to know I'm reverent.
I want you to know I do whatever the hell you need me to do.
What you want me to do, man?
What you want me to do?
What they
I got free time, man. I'm almost an empty duster. I got free time.
You are almost empty duster. What they need to do is just go ahead and buy the rights for the Ball Hawk Sports Talk. Just keep us together, man. It is interesting to see that it's just, I think it's technology, man. People aren't watching TV as much, and so layoffs are going to come. It's going to be these type of platforms, and look, like we say every week, like, comment, share, tag a friend, tag a foe, tag anybody you know, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel and the podcast. But there's so many different options for media and so many different options for content that I think when it comes to the TV platform, this is going to be more and more. So I don't want to make fun of anybody's career. So I'm saying it with a smile on my face and laughing just because we were in that mood. But I do wish all of them well in their careers. It is interesting to see that high profile of a TV personality can be gone like that. Shows you what technology is, man. Let's hop into WNBA because this is the part that I've been struggling with how I'm going to do it, but I finally figured it out. The WNBA, first of all, from a basketball standpoint, is amazing. So make sure that you tune in and watch you some good basketball this summer. But now we gotta say the storylines are just crazy in the WNBA. It is becoming a soap opera. The WNBA has a situation where one of their coaches, the Chicago Sky, not only was he the head coach, he was the general manager, James Wade. And tell me this don't sound like As the World Turns. Or what was the other one? All My Children, General Hospital. This is a soap opera now. This man, gainfully employed, coaching a relatively successful team in the WNBA, decides in the middle of the season. This is WNBA season right here, y'all. About 6 days ago, he decides he is going to leave his gainfully employed job as a head coach and general manager to go be an assistant to an assistant for the Toronto Raptors.
The Summer League coach. He coaches the Summer League.
I know that undermines my thesis that we should all be tuned in and dialed in the WNBA. This man walked away from a job.
And we just won a championship, didn't we?
Yeah, yes, very recently. I don't know. I don't think it was last year. Was it last year? Yeah, because it was with
last year or the year before. Candace Parker came in town.
Candace Parker won with Chicago.
Yeah.
And this man walked away from that job to go be an assistant to the assistant with the Toronto Raptors.
He went from shift manager
to me. I think like all women groups in America should be up in arms about this. Everybody that's ever talked about
equality, blame yourself.
Like, what are we doing, James?
Blame yourself. If you're not a season ticket holder and you have a problem with this, blame yourself.
James, that ain't right, man. You ain't supposed to do that. You make the WNBA look bad.
Maybe he escaped the scandal. Maybe they told me that.
On the other side, while that is the soap opera, the WNBA I think is also good for when it comes to ingenuity, when it comes to being entrepreneurial, right? Because we're only 26 years into the actual league. So what we're seeing now, the evolution as it grows, as it gains more fanfare, as there's more connectivity with big names from women's college basketball, given NIL and where that's going. And now that the women's game is finally allowed to use March Madness, we've seen how that has grown, which is going to translate into people knowing who the more players are on the WNBA level. There's also the ingenuity. There's also sort of this new upstart of growth in the ideas that the WNBA is generating. For example, the all-star duo of Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, they're planning to start an off-season 3-on-3 league for the WNBA players. Why? We have seen through the Brittany Griner saga, we talked about it. Why was Brittany Griner in Russia anyway? Well, most WNBA players in their offseason go play overseas because their salary in the WNBA it isn't near all of the $200 million boys we just talked about, right? So they got to work in their offseason. And how do they work? They continue playing basketball for the most part. I love this idea. I'm mad that ETP is not on the show today because he was.
I'm glad he's not on the show today.
You glad? He would have been like, I told you so.
ETP been trying to say the WNBA should be a 3-on-3 league for the longest time, and now the best 60 in the league agree.
They agree. They're gonna do what is a off-season 3-on-3 league for WNBA players. It's going to be called Unrivaled, and it's going to feature 30 players on 6 teams. It will run from January to March and include not just a 3-on-3, but also a 1-on-1 competition. All played where? Down in Miami. Whoever's got these ideas circulating, WNBA, bravo. And it will be run by the players, right? And you think of entrepreneurial thing, the players realize that they've got enough cachet, right, and enough business gumption to go out here and start a league. So if you're someone, and I'm looking at camera, I'm looking at camera 1 on this. If you're someone,
do camera 2.
If you're
do camera 2 for this. I mean, this is important. It's really important. It's really important.
But if you're someone that publicly talks about pay equity issues, it publicly talks about issues related to gender equity, it publicly talks about things that you would embrace when it comes to women's rights, and your ass don't watch this league, you the problem. I said that about the WNBA too. I think people are hypocritical in their consumption. Money, like our money is what's driving a lot of these decisions. So where you spend your dollars, which in this case, where you turn your TV and sit through them ads, that's where the opportunity is going to flow. So make sure you support this 3-on-3 league. I think it's a great idea run by the players. Kudos, WNBA players.
My question is, where the hell Ice Cube been all this time?
Ice Cube had his own thing going on.
He had his opportunity to capture this, and he didn't do it.
He was dealing with old retired players, a whole bunch of them too, trying to figure out where their next paycheck coming from. Why? Because ESPN busy firing people. Ain't too many immediate jobs now. So
how wonderful do you think we could do if we started an NBA one-on-one league, a one-on-one thing, exhibitions?
NBA,
it'd be like title fights.
I got an idea that I'm not willing to share here.
You gonna share publicly?
I'm gonna share it. I can't share it publicly.
Put it in private.
I'm working on something.
But NBA, could you imagine if they did that, like one-on-one? You know, LeBron versus Kawhi, one-on-one. We're gonna do it. Put the betting area around it, and then the next, you could get undercards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kyrie Irving versus Van Fleet. You know what I mean? Get up in there, see what's going on.
Yeah, nah.
Man, that would be kind of sweet.
It would be sweet. The challenge with the NBA players is, bro, we just ran off a list of people, including
$260 million.
A T-Rex that is getting paid over $200 million. Even playing in FIBA, right? Because we all know that the World Cup 2023 is coming up, and the USA team is made up of a whole bunch of people that you really didn't think would be on the team. It's, I would say, headlined by Jalen Brunson. While I like Jalen Brunson
for Chicago,
that's our best player going over to FIBA, and yet they're probably still going to win. Why? Why are we sending those players over? Because a lot of the guys, other than Halliburton, a lot of these $200 million guys, they saw what happened with PG-13. They don't really associate with the patriotism when it comes to going to play FIBA and international basketball. But most importantly is because their paychecks are large. And the risk that you would take to go over there and play and potentially get hurt. So I think that's the only – I love the idea, but the only downside one-on-one, I ain't about to go out there and get hurt. While I'm not going to publicize – Would I disagree? I said I'm not going to give some light. I said I'm going to give some light. I don't know.
Something that was dark. I'm going to put my money on Serbia.
You putting on Serbia?
800-1. I mean, 800 plus 800. But
Joker's not playing.
He is playing.
He's playing.
If he's not playing, then that's cheating. Then he disclose it.
And when you say 800-1, I was like, he must not be playing.
No, they're the second favorite. So we're minus 160, 175, and then they're plus 800. If Joker's playing, I don't think nobody can hold them and win.
Got it. I am going to give attention to, because I am the head coach of our New Jersey Dark Knights. We have a 50-50 going on, y'all.
Let's go.
We got a 50-50 going on. And in the comments, for the first time ever, I'm going to ask for the Ball Hog Sports Talk family. I'm going to ask y'all to support these kids. 12 years old, we're national champs. We're trying to go back and get the national championship. We got these uniforms. We got these national tournaments to get to. I'm putting my 50-50 in here, right? So not only can you help a child, 12-year-old kids, one of my kids broke his collarbone yesterday, man. Just fell down. We weren't even in contact. Oh, man, I feel sorry for the kid. Actually fractured his wrist and broke his collarbone. Literally just a freak accident. Anyway, I digress.
Sorry to hear
that. But I'm going to put that in there. And you guys click on that, man. For $6, you'll be part of a 50-50. You can buy 5 tickets for $21, man. And most importantly, you help some kids do things positive, because the Dark Knights, we're big on discipline, accountability, responsibility, and being knowledgeable. That's what the Dark is for, baby. So y'all support these kids, man, as we go on a journey to be back-to-back. I'm going to look at camera one on this one. We're on a journey to be back-to-back national champs.
What if y'all don't make it? Do I get my money back?
Well, the way the 50-50 works is you got a chance to get more than your money back. You can get it half the pot, my brother. You know what I mean? All you got to do is be in it to win it. Y'all click on that and support our kids, man. Support our kids.
Y'all bet not be sorry that I put this money in there.
And one of my boys said, I'm going to do the 50-50, and if I win, all the money go back. Anybody else want to say that, just go ahead and,
He didn't say that exactly.
He said that.
It went back, but not to the team.
He said he told me, so I heard it. I got it on record.
He wrote it to a group of us.
If you guys do click on and participate in the 50-50, man, there's a memo section. I would appreciate you put either Coach Bobby or you put my son's name, Bray Brown, as the people that you are supporting, or just put the whole team. Put the offensive lineman, put receivers, put defensive lineman. See how I made sure I got you in there, Big Flo? Put the kickers. Nobody ever supports the kickers, right? So, but come and support our kids, please. All right, let's go home with these topics, man. This is lightning round. We got 3 topics that we would never talk about. We're going to talk about why? Because we in the summer blues. We're going to start with the Tour de France. And I bet I'm handicapping, and I put a lot of money on this. Can you name anyone other than Lance Armstrong that has ever competed in the Tour de France? Big Flo Show. Help me win my
Greg
money.
LeMans.
Oh, man, you lost me my money, man. That is another person who's been in the Tour de France.
He older than Methuselah, though. I think he probably did.
How you got that, man?
It just came to me. Just came to me.
It came to you like what's that? Oh man,
shake it off.
But is it the old school? The answer just came to him. That was impressive.
Raymond.
How you know that, man? You just looked that up.
Man, I used to ride a bike a little bit back in the day. Just came out of my head nowhere. I don't know why.
I cannot believe you got that. You got that. That's like so.
But you know what? If there ever has been a sport,
I can't believe you got that.
If there ever been a sport, has there ever been a sport ever where one person carried? I didn't know they still did the Tour de France. I thought they stopped riding bikes over there.
Right when Lance Armstrong got caught, you thought he was done.
I thought they showed it and flew kites in France.
No, but they're still doing it.
But with him gone, who cares? I used to watch it. I used to watch it and talk about it at work the next day and say, Ozzy says it's one of the most watched sports events, but so
I
is
wouldn't doubt that.
But so is soccer.
So many nations, right?
So many nations that ride bikes. Everybody ride a bike. They ride bikes all over the world, but nobody cares in the United States. Let me say that we're the center of the universe as far as this show is concerned. So,
as far as this show
is concerned, nobody cares about the Tour de France. What is it on? I definitely know it's not on.
Stage. I don't know.
It's on Telemundo at best.
Oh no! They got. I think they're ESPN. Once ESPN.
The Ocho.
You got 2 things going on right now that don't
what
get
else
a lot
they gonna show?
Eyes when it comes to domestic viewership in America. But one's ESPN. No, I think it's on the Ace. I think it's on the Ace. If that's that might be Wimbledon. So if Tour de France isn't on the Ace, then it's on like USA. Turner. It's one of the Turner broadcasts.
So who's bigger? So tennis is still big with or without Serena, not as big.
All right, so I was going to ask. So that's the second one. We went Tour de France, and you got me with the Le Mans. You got me. All right, I would have had to gave up my money for that one. I had to pay up. But then I was going to go Wimbledon, and we know that Venus was eliminated in round 1. She slipped and busted her tail on the grass while she was up 2-0, and it got ugly from there. She fought through the pain and continues to build her legacy, man, is just being a very tough competitor. But my next question to you is going to be, name any other woman that is still playing in Wimbledon, has not been eliminated.
That's cheap.
I would win this one. You were going to say Coco Gauff. She lost already.
I thought I was good. I'm going to say Maria Navratilova Hingis. Steffi Graf. No,
she got to be still in it. Steffi Graf.
One of them girls still playing. The worst thing is I woke up to ESPN and it was a tennis match on, and I swear to God, I heard Hingis and Navratilova. It was 2 dudes. I was like,
you was like, what the hell? Let me go back and
sleep. Go back to bed.
Yeah. This is not going.
That's why they created snooze buttons.
All right, so I would get my money back there.
You get your money.
Greg
LeMans.
The last one is a good one as well because it hits home. NASCAR took a page out of the F1 series book and decided to use the streets of Chicago. Y'all tried to be disrespectful. Spike Lee. Was that Spike Lee who made Chirac? Y'all tried to disrespect the Windy City. Y'all tried to say only thing going on there is gang violence and senseless shootings. That's what y'all tried to say. But NASCAR said, hold my beer. And it's going to be a Busch beer. Hold my beer. We going to show you some good stuff going on in Chicago. They took the mean streets of Chi-Town. What was that, Grant Park? Where they in? Where they at? It was something.
Yeah, around Buckingham, Grant Park, all that kind of stuff.
All right, so I'm going to ask you, since NASCAR came to Chicago, name me one you looking it up. You looking it up. Name me one current NASCAR driver that participated in the Chicago NASCAR series.
I'm gonna do you one better. I watched it, and
you watch it?
I watched it.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. I said, all right, I take my question back.
And I still can't answer your question. I watched the guy get awarded the winner, and I still can't answer your question. I have no idea.
No idea whatsoever.
All I know is the guy who won. It was his first event he ever won. I believe it was the first time NASCAR had ever. Bubba.
Oh, Bubba. Bubba Wallace. We tripping.
Bubba was in it.
Bubba didn't win it, did he?
He didn't win it, but I didn't even know he was in it. I think Ozzy made that shit up. He wasn't there.
Bubba wasn't there?
I don't know. Was Bubba there? You know what I liked about the show? It kind of reminded me of some like some you know, when you watch, like, you go to the basketball game and they got the Biggie donut, bunch the coffee cup and all this stuff. Like, because every once in a while somebody would crash into the tires and then he'd be stuck and he's trying to back up. They had to pull him out and do whatever.
It make you feel better about your carnival experiences, right?
I kind of like that. Yeah, right. I kind of like that because it's just like it kept getting surprised. But it was terrible weather in Chicago earlier that day, so they cut it from 100 laps to 76 laps. I don't know what 75 was just too much or too few. So they did 76 laps. But it just, I don't know. I feel like you had to hope somebody crashes. It's really hard to pass. But, you know, this is a gripe I have. This is why I think it's never going to be quality in America. I drive down those same streets and the police want to pull me up. Right? Tell me I'm going too fast. But these dudes ride down the street, crashing into the side. They help them out. People come help you out, get you back so you can speed some more. I drive down those same streets every day. I gotta look over my shoulder.
I feel you.
This will never be an equal country, man.
Yeah, I feel you. I ain't mad at it. Look, y'all, we are out of our comfort zone, which means we are officially in the summer blues of sports, business, and entertainment.
It's the last month for football.
Last football coming soon. We purposely did not mention football at any level. Well, I talked about youth football. And if you were wondering, the 50-50 is in there, and make sure that you put either Coach Bobby or his son's name, Bray Brown, in the memo. Matter of fact, put my son's name. Put Bray Brown. I don't need no support. I just coach. That was the only football that we mentioned. Remember. We didn't mention high school. We didn't mention college. We didn't mention pro. We didn't mention USFL, XFL. All of that was because we wanted you to appreciate the summer blues. We are going through it with you. But we going to get through this, y'all. Football coming soon. Until then, make sure you turn on that WNBA. Until then, make sure you tune in next Friday for some more Ball Hog Sports Talk. Until then, make sure you like, comment, share, tag a friend, tag a pro, tag anybody that you know, and subscribe to both our YouTube channel and the podcast. To all our brethren and sisterin in the space of media that got displaced, I think that's the nice way to say it, that got displaced.
Rehomed.
Right? Separated from ESPN. Call us if you want to make a cameo and an appearance. We got a spot for you. You know what I mean? But we good. You know what I mean? The threshold is high in terms of the quality of the content. But we do wish all of those people well in all seriousness as they continue in this media space. Big Flo Show, any parting words before we get out of here?
I would say because we are in the summer blues, which they don't last as long as you think. So enjoy time with the family, get a little barbecue, do what you got to do. But if there are any topics that you would like to see us talk about that we do a little research on, maybe we'll try to change it up and look that up and bring up some stuff. So sometimes it gets a little difficult. We're in the morning and we're thinking, what are we going to talk about? During our weekly meetings and stuff, we're leading into the show. What are we going to talk about? Because nothing happened. Feel free to throw something out there. Maybe we'll do a little research and figure it out. I challenge.
I like that. I like that. So you'll be even more a part of the show. But we do, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for spending the time. Those who are part of the live audience, those who are listening in audio format, we thank you. We know you could be spending your energy and your efforts anywhere in the world. So we thank you that you spend them here with the Ball Hawk Sports Talk. I am your boy, B Brown ESQ, aka the Ball Hawk, aka the Mountain South, aka Mr. Excessive Celebration, aka Breezy. This has been our show, the Summer Blues episode. Tune in next Friday. We'll be back and we're going to figure it out. We're going to have content for you because that's just what we do. It's where sports, business, and entertainment collide. It is the Ball Hall Sports Talk. And now we is out. Peace.